So she met someone and she was under the person wanted the same thing. So a couple months went by, then a couple months turned to years, and they were together for 10 years. No marriage, no kids. So by the time she woke up, right, and realized what was going on, she didn't have
A
the
lot.
marriage,
A long time. That's a long time to not wake up. 10 years.
a long time, right? So she didn't have the marriage. That's okay. She can still get that. But the problem was now she was past the age where you can have a healthy childbirth, but she didn't have any
Mm,
children previously. So she
mm,
had to give up on that dream.
mm,
So even though she went into the dating arena with the intention of getting married, she got caught up by someone that she wasn't communicating properly with, right? Because you think after year one, and women have a little bit more difficult time because they have the biological clock ticking and ticking and ticking,
mm.
right? So
Totally.
you think that after 6 months, she'd be like, okay, this is still my objective. Is it for you? After 12 months. At some point before 10 years now, you think that she would have a conversation. So my question is, how difficult is that conversation piece to say, hey, it's been X amount of months, hopefully not X amount of years, are we still walking the same path together? Because if not, I may need to go elsewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I think people in this generation really struggle with having hard conversations. They're having hard conversations in a I'll add one extra piece here, in a calm way, because it's easy to have a blow up, right? So it's like, ah, you're not getting married. What the heck? Who are you? Get out of here, right? And then 3 minutes later, you're back together again because you didn't resolve anything, and you're calm again, and you kind of bottled up that message again. That's easy to do, right? But people aren't having hard conversations in a calm communicative way. And that's a skill set that, like, when I do marriage counseling now, that's one of the key things that I'm teaching people. How do you have a really hard conversation? By hard conversation, I mean it's a conversation which brings up a lot of emotion for you. It's a highly passionate conversation, but you're doing it in a way where you're listening to each other, and you're actually like really deeply understanding where each of you are at, so that you can see, hey, can we get somewhere together? That's a really hard skill that most people are not taught. Their parents didn't do it. They just saw their parents either yelling at each other or avoiding each other. Right? Those are usually the two basic moves are high conflict or no conflict. It's very rare to have this kind of medium, like, let's have a tough conversation. Let's have opposing viewpoints, hold space for each other, and see if we can get somewhere together. Right? See if we can come up with something new between the two of us. That's something very rare. And so I have to teach my clients how to have those kinds of conversations. So this woman, this 10-year dating woman, let's say worst case scenario, she gets to year one and nothing's happened, right? Alarm bells need to be going off for her saying, hey, if I don't do something to change course here, this is the same thing next year. This is the same thing year after that. This is going to be this. This is not changing. This guy hasn't brought up this topic once. And if I try to bring it up, it's not going anywhere. So either we need to go and have the conversation in front of someone, in the front of a therapist, right? Getting some outside support for this, because I want us to have this conversation in a healthy way. And this is a great opportunity for us to grow as a couple to see if we can have hard conversations, because if you're going to have a successful marriage, you're going to have hard conversations, just guaranteed. And so let's go get some support with that. Um, and if he's not willing to, that's a sign that it's over. Like, as hard as that is, I'd rather know now after 1 year than after 2 years or 3 years or 4 years. Sure, it's hard to say that because I love this guy, and I built this relationship. And that's why it's a unique kind of, the Orthodox dating style is unique in that we actually don't touch each other when we're dating. Until we're married, we don't have physical contact. So it makes it a really unsullied discussion. You can have really clear conversations. You can have really intentional interactions, and you can flirt. You can have a good time together, but taking it to that next level of intimacy only happens after the wedding, which I know for some people is like, what? How could I do that? That's crazy. What if we're not gonna match? And I get that. That's an interesting piece. But the point is that it's a very, very, both parties know coming. In other words, it's not just one party coming to date for marriage. Both parties know, hey, if we're gonna meet, we're meeting to see if we're gonna work together. And dating can take, between on the extremes, it can happen after 2 dates that you decide to get married. That's kind of very, very extreme, all the way up to, a 6 month dating period. But after that, it's kind of like, are we moving forward or not?